Hey everybody, we've found ourselves in some interesting times and it requires another video. This one unfortunately is going to be some training that we were not able to deliver personally, not able to deliver directly. So we're going to have to do this through a recording, but please take the criticality of this just as serious. In fact, this is probably the most significant training you'll have with us at ITinspired, and especially for these times that are relevant now. This is going to take a lot of cohesion between managers, leadership, employees, everybody across the board to make sure that we are understanding the signs of this virus and how we should respond. We want to practice good hygiene, okay? And we want to preserve and practice our social distancing. We got to keep those three things, and if not more, at the top of mind at all times. Our workplace is different than it was a few weeks and months ago, and we're different people as well. So will our response. Our response will also be different. Right now, there's going to be some things that we're going to do to modify the physical workspace, the physical working conditions, and in all cases necessary, we want to seek to separate desks and workstations from one another. We don't want to be sharing things. Anytime where you don't have a partition and then you're in an open floor plan, we need to be conscious of this, especially with those high touch surfaces. We do not want to be, propping our hands up next to something on the wall or a door frame. We don't want to unnecessarily be touching anything that we don't need to. So keep that top of mind, stay frosty. And you need to make sure that you are aware of what you are doing and those things you are contacting and coming in contact with. We're going to do our best to have drop zones for equipment or staging areas. If anyone needs to come in contact with something, don't just hand it to them. Place it down and let them take the responsibility of handling it appropriately. Same thing with picking up. If you're supposed to be picking something up, ask someone to drop it down in front of you and put it in front of you, walk away, put the distance between you, and then pick it up. But keep in mind, we need to disinfect whatever that is. We need to make sure that we have our proper PPE and all those guidelines and those practices and procedures are being followed so we are safe. Any in-person meetings, face-to-face meetings, let's try to make those virtual, on the phone, through an email. If we don't have to be face-to-face and one-on-one, then let's not be right now. But if you do have to, we will cover it later. Maintain social distancing standards. Limit the size and the meeting size of your groups to 10 or less people. Try not to share meals right now or eat with people. That's an intimate setting, and we need to do our best not to spread this. Only essential people from this point forward. You'll be given permission to go forth and do other activities or tasks when you've been given those guidelines. And we've already discussed a lot, but there's still a little bit more here. At the workplace, you're now going to be required and expected, okay? Remember this, required and expected to wear proper PPE, follow the rules that come along with them, clean and disinfect your workstation. Don't expect anyone else to do that. That is our responsibility. Disinfect all those spaces and all those personal belongings, anything you've come into contact with in your work area or at home or in between. Disinfect them with what is recommended by the EPA, what they recommend. Lastly, with this, we need to make sure that we have some screening protocols in place for people that are sick or have symptoms. So keep in mind that we're going to need to take precautionary measures in preparation for anyone who is developing symptoms, has symptoms, tests positive. We need to keep our team aware of this, okay? For now, though, let's just go ahead and, stay away from folks that we don't need to be in contact with. Let's not allow any visitors that are unnecessary, especially at our work area, our office, in and around any of the areas and proximities that we will be. Wear a face mask or goggles if you have them. I say goggles, but I really mean eye protection. We'll go over this later. Avoid sharing any items, household items, drinking cups, utensils, anything like that, towels, stuff like that, pens, pencils. Let's make sure that we are, again, avoiding any face-to-face contact if we don't need it. Avoid touching your face, avoid touching your eyes, your nose, and your mouth area. Anytime you do, try to hand sanitize, stuff like that. Remember to disinfect things as much as possible. If you can't remember the last time you disinfected something, just go ahead and do it again. But for now, let's kind of dive into the PPE, personal protection equipment. We're going to have things like gloves. We're going to have things like disposable masks, okay? Cloth masks. PPE like eye protection. We're going to outfit you with some hand sanitizer. This is an 8-ounce bottle of the gel hand sanitizer. Here's a 1-ounce bottle of an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. 1 ounce as opposed to 8 ounces. One's good for your pocket. One can fit in your pocket. We need to get comfortable and familiar with things like a forehead thermometer, a temperature scanner. Okay, some of these things can be done at a distance. Some of these are up close and personal. I bought this one for us when I didn't really know too much about it, and this will still work. You're going to probably be asking yourself, is this necessary? This is a face shield that was designed and manufactured by our friends at Gator Millworks. They found their pandemic pivot, and they've been doing this for physicians, people in healthcare, for dental assistants, and orthodontists, all them. So this is for when you were really up close and personal with somebody, and I'm going to wear it to show you. But look, this is a piece of equipment that's now in our toolbox, and it'll scratch, it'll get broken. We need to maintain this. This needs to be disinfected. Let's keep all these things on top of mind. Before you go and work on someone's stuff, if they ask you to work in an intimate environment, you're touching something, having to get close, think as if you're entering, the doctor or the operation room, and you need to be sanitary. You're putting all these on, being careful not to rip, pulling them back as far as you can. Keep in mind, I've got this watch, sometimes that'll get in the way. Think about that. If you don't need your cell phone on you, you don't need your watch, you don't need things on you that will carry germs, get rid of them, toss them. You don't need them on your body at that time. This is just the essential stuff. Put them back on when you get home. But keep in mind, when you do use it, you're going to need to disinfect it. Anyone over the age of 2 years old, by the CDC, by local government, is required, highly suggested and recommended to wear a mask. However, our clients, and if you're representing ITinspired, you will be wearing some sort of mask. If you are outside wearing our logo, our colors, representing our company, or working with our people, equipment and or resources, vendors, clients, you're going to have masks on if you're outside. If you're going to come in contact with anybody, you're going to have a mask on. So I'm going to demonstrate the cloth mask. This is really cool. It's kind of stretchy. Okay, there's 3 holes. Find the hole that works for you and fits around your ear. There's a little section up here you'll see go on top of my nose. I've done this more graceful before, but so it is now around my ears. It is properly fixed. I can talk through this. This might move up and down. Keep in mind that as you are working throughout the day or coming into contact with people, this is something you can reuse, whereas this is disposable and one and done. But you're supposed to be having these masks on if you're working at LDI, most likely at the hospital, and we need to be trained on how to use these. So, okay, cloth mask, reusable. You're supposed to wash this when you're done. So when you get home, take it off, right? One hand, drop it in the laundry, drop it in the waste basket or the laundry basket. Wash it. When you wash it, you're supposed to be washing this with the highest appropriate temperatures for water and also for when you air dry. So the highest temperature possible. Disposable Mass. This is a one and done. This one is comfortable. Can be used for the majority of the day. This is at the top. You'll see a white line. I can press this. That way it's conformed to my skin. It's conformed to my face. You saw the pleats before. You can kind of stretch it out. So this is it stretched out. It'll fit over my nose. There you go. Disposable mask. You're going to use this if you are on site, out in public, or representing our company. And when you need to dispose of it, because you can throw this away, hook it around one hand, take it off your ear with that same fingertip, drop it in the trash. What are you going to do next? You were just touching your face and stuff. Looks like it's time to wash your hands. Looks like it's time to do this. So look, you might do this a few times throughout the day. Let's just get used to this, all right? This is part of our new company culture, being so concerned about our hygiene and those around us. Eye protection. You can put this there because this can be transmitted through the eyes, touching your eyes, nose, or your mouth. This will need to be disinfected and washed at the end of the day. So when you're not using this, let's keep this in a place that is clean. Let's make sure that we're using them if you're going to come into contact with anybody and be very close to them. Eye protection can help you, along with the face masks, along with the gloves. So all of these in one will really help us all out and stop from spreading these germs. Now, when you're up close and personal, everybody, that's the Gator Face Shield, all right? You might have to use a lot of these products in tandem. It just depends on how close you're gonna be with somebody and how intimate in their workspace you're gonna be. So what I found is when this becomes in the bag, snap it. Go ahead and snap the back, okay, where you want it. Because when you try to put this on and rest it against your forehead and try to snap it on, won't work. Just go ahead and snap it before you decide to put it on your head. You're gonna get that elastic like this. Put it on your forehead. Use the elastic to go around the back of your head, and here you go. The Gator Face Shield has now been installed. It's in your face. I'm not getting foggy. I can see you. It doesn't even feel that uncomfortable. And then I know we're asking a lot of you, because in addition for you to provide amazing customer service, we're now asking you to wash your hands, be familiar with the people you're surrounding yourself with. Don't touch surfaces. Minimize the time that you're in certain places and with whom you are with. There's a lot for us to consider right now. And a lot of this might seem overboard. A lot of this might seem like I'm asking you to do a lot of extra. And we are. No doubt we are. We're asking you to do extra, and we expect you to do extra. We always have done extra, a little more than we usually find other people doing, or that we see competitors doing, or that people ask. We usually do more because that's what we're capable of, and that's because we can. We are well positioned to do so. This is a training video for us to do our due diligence, to flatten the curve, and to make sure that we have a safe return to work plan for you and for our employees and for the people that we care about. So let's all do our part. And our part's going to require us to think about and do things that we haven't done before. And I'm asking for your help in that. I'm asking for you to be encouraged and motivated to do this every single day, and until we say that it's not necessary. And I want you to do it because you know that you're keeping people safe. Just know that this is what we need to do right now. And I appreciate you taking this as serious as I am, as we are, and as we should and could, can and will. Thank you. I love you. I want you to stay safe. I want you to keep everybody else safe. There might be times when we have to get in an uncomfortable position and tell someone something that they don't like to hear, or that they did something wrong, or that we're not doing that. No. You might have to tell people no. And I'm expecting you, and I'm hoping you, and I promise you that if you do that with a kind heart, with information and data that backs your reasoning, and you do it with some understanding, compassion, and empathy, we will all get through this just fine. And everyone will know why we're doing it too. And they're going to be okay with it. Let's look silly for a little while, but let's not act silly. Let's be very serious about this. No distractions in this. Thank you. Let's all do our part. Let's keep our people safe. I appreciate it.